This is LeetCode question 589, N-ary Tree Preorder Traversal. So we have a tree like this and we need to run a preorder traversal on that tree and return the values in a vector of integers. So this is not a binary tree. If you look at the structure of the nodes here in the tree, they have a vector of node pointers called children. And that's because normally we have lefts and rights for node pointers in the binary tree, but this is different. Each node can have an undefined number of child nodes, so it could be 3, 5, 10, or even more than that. When we run the preorder traversal, we need to print all the values and return them in the vector. It's going to be a bit different from the usual code, but you will see that there are many similarities. So first, I have the private access modifier. I'm adding it, and inside of this section, I create a vector of integers that I'm calling values. This is what I will return from this solution function, and it's going to contain the values of the nodes in this N-ary tree, whatever it is. It could be this one, or a different one from the test cases. Now I need to point out that every tree is going to have anywhere between 0 and 10,000 nodes, and the values are going to range from 0 to 10,000. And the height of the tree is less than or equal to 1000. Now I need to reserve some space in my vector here to store all the nodes values. So because they say that a tree will have a maximum of 10,000 nodes, I'm reserving 10,000 spaces for my nodes. So this vector will be able to store 10,000 values without having to reallocate for additional memory. So now we can enter this function here, and we need to check all the time if this node is a valid node. If it's null, then we don't do anything. Otherwise, if it's not null, then we need to add this value, the value of the node here, inside of our vector called values. So I'm using the mPlaceBack methods on my vector, and as the argument, I'm passing it the value of the nodes. Next up, we need to verify if this node has child nodes. So because all the nodes here have this vector called children, storing the pointers of different nodes, we can check here if that vector has a size above 0, meaning it's not null because it has child nodes. If that's the case, then we need to iterate through all the child nodes, and at every iteration, we're going to call the preorder function, which is this one, on that child nodes. So this is where the recursion is taking place. And then when we are done, we can return the values from the vector. So these values here is this vector, which is being updated at every step of our recursive algorithm. That's pretty much it for the solution. If I run these tests, I think they have 2 or 3 test cases. They have 2, and we've passed both of them. Now let's submit it, and we've passed all the test cases. I hope this was simple for you. In the next video, we're going to look at different types of traversals for N-ary trees.